Goes testing, testing. All right, we in business. Why it would want to fail me, I wouldn't know. But let me double check. That would have been treacherous if I didn't turn around and look at the fact that it was still paused. Anyway, I just want to get straight to it. So, during my little journey last weekend, or during my little sessions last week, um, y'all, I think I'm recognizing I had one person tell me, and I feel like he's a reliable source. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come across him. But there's this one guy, a credible source, I should say, that goes your spirit first, your vibration first, your frequency first, and then of there's the physical vessel of you. There's your physical form, right? And I'm like, yeah, we know that, but then I had the pleasure of experiencing that. I had the pleasure of, like I talked about over the last three recordings or three posts, how I induced my sleep because I recognized that my energy switched. Like there was a switch that was still on from like childhood or my adolescent years or my even my childhood years or young adult years, I should say, and how today that energy was still prevalent, I want to say, in my energy field. I want to say, in my energy field, like that part of me that is me first or primarily, like what makes me up as a being primarily. And so, like I said, I had the pleasure of feeling what it meant to be vibration, frequency, and energy first, which was something that I wanted to play with. And remember how I talked about maybe weeks ago that it just feels like feeling good feelings. It just feels like whatever it is that we believe in wants us to be experiencing or feeling good feelings. And feelings, I've been reading this book, which has been helping me deprogram and reprogram AF, like AF. And I'm reading it in audio form, audiobook, because I'm very busy. I'm busy enough. So, and this book goes, I lost it. I lost it. I have to remember where I was going, but oh, yes. So I talked about my emotions being a guidance system, but I mentioned that before I even started reading the book because if you were rocking with me from way, way back when I first started, I remember talking to you guys about how I quit a job and I had to get my emotions together. I had to sort everything out piece by piece and just kind of like bring everything up to the surface because I was that anxious. I was that discombobulated. I was so anxiety ridden. It was not even funny. For my health or wellness, I had to stop everything that I was doing. I had to pause. And I woke up every day. I used this like emotional wheel to help process like, okay, what are you feeling and where do I start? And I started humbly. I started as if I was talking to my kid or my child. Like, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. How are you feeling? Point to the color. Okay, write that down. Okay, what experience did you experience that made you feel that way? I did that for like every day, like 7 months straight. I kid you not. And that's when I started the channel. I think like 5 months into doing that, I started my channel because it had helped me start to begin to peel back the layers of my emotions, my experiences, my programmings, my upbringing, and everything. It was a good foundational period. It was a good way to start or even begin to learn how to peel back the layers and reach the core. I feel like I'm just now reaching the core. That core being that frequency, vibrational, and energy primary, is it primordial or primary, like that primary essence of myself or of the self, which is vibration, frequency, and energy. And don't let me lose you with the terminology. This is your makeup too. This is your design as well. We're spirit first. You know how you'll hear someone say, if you haven't, but if you have, you'll hear people say, you are a spirit, or you are a human you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And when I heard those things, I'm like, yeah, okay, we get it. But I've actually had the pleasure of actually feeling, and I feel like I'm getting more and more and more to the core with the fact that I can feel. But touching back to what the book says, your emotions are your guidance system. You can tell whether or not you're manifesting or you're bringing things into fruition, or if you're on the right or wrong path, by the way that you feel. If it feels resistant, chaotic, traumatic, uneasy, things like that, you're probably unaligned. You're probably misaligned. You're most likely misaligned. But if you're feeling good, calm, collected, gathered, balanced, peaceful, you're most likely on the right path, right? And you can tell by your emotional guidance system, which is your emotions, right? And how you feel your feelings. So here I am. Ooh, been getting to the core, like really to the core. Like how I said this weekend, I actually induced my sleep, and I used something. I would say I used a tool for medicinal purposes, because I just kind of had an inkling, like an intuitive feeling, like maybe this is the next step. And that was the next step for reaching the core, because I did it initially for sleep, for better sleep, to get better sleep, because my schedule had gotten busier. Now it's a healthy busy. I'm not so busy to where it's a detriment to my health, but it's a busy where, okay, I need to balance this out. Good sleep is the way to go. And that ended up with that ended up opening a whole nother door. And I'm like, okay, I think I want to do some energy work. Hence the I'll post that your energy work is working video after this other one upload. I know my videos has been so long, and I'm like, who is gonna listen to me with a 40-minute video, and I'm just sitting on the couch experiencing my experience. But look, I really feel like, judging by the way that it felt and judging by the experience itself, I'm like, I ain't gonna hold you. You might want to listen. Like, you might want to tune in, because I really do this for real. Like, I really do this for real. And so I would have thought that I had to go across the water, across the border to do energy work, when I can literally do it from my couch, on my porch, on my house, or my sanctuary, within myself, on the beach, at the park. I could do it anywhere. You can do it anywhere. I believe that you can do it anywhere. I mean, you spirit too. You vibration, frequency, energy as well. I believe you can do it anywhere, right? But anyway, I had the experience, like I said, I had the pleasure of experiencing like me more in depth, like at my core, my energy, my frequency, my vibration. And remember how I mentioned where it's kind of like swimming in the depths. Don't get me started on that word now. Depths of the self. And I'm like, whoa, it's fucking crazy in here. And I was like, it just made it click, like, no wonder my outside seems so disconnected or unfamiliar, chaotic, or out of control. It was me. It was stemming from me. When I got to experience my vibration and my frequency, I was uneasy. And that's what made it click. Oh, I didn't turn off my switch. I had been walking around with the fight or flight or flee mode. Oh, she looks so comfortable in her little t-shirt dress. Get it, girl. But I didn't turn off my fight or flight or flee, my grind, my hustle, my panic, my anxiousness, my anticipation switch off. The switch was still on. I haven't quite yet turned that off. And so here I am today, years old, wondering who, what, when, where, why, and how. And I feel like I've reached my destination. And it was me. Full circle moment, by the way. I literally live on my childhood street. I literally live on the street of the house that I grew up on. And me and my dad have a conversation last night. And he goes, I feel like God put us here for a reason. And in my head, I'm just like, yeah, see, we here. We here. We know what's up. Full circle moment. And so I find that old fears are coming up. And by tapping into my energy and creating that safe space, remember how we mentioned here on the channel, like, create a safe space for your emotions. And I believe I began to do that when I just sat down and I used an emotional wheel. I used an emotional wheel that had different colors and different spectrums, indicative of like different spectrums of the emotions that you can feel. And it really helped me. It really worked. I went on to make a PowerPoint presentation for the thing because it was that efficient for me. It was a beautiful foundational like basis for me to begin to even work out the conflict and chaos that was myself. Right? And so where was I going with that? Yes, full circle moment. Right? And so I find that here I am, literally in my childhood experience. And now that I've had these, now that I have these newfound or these efficient tips, tricks, and tools, which we also talked about, that means when I say these things, I'm like, it's just confirming for me. I'm not yapping for nothing. No, I'm really doing this. So this be confirmation for me too. I'm not talking from the perspective of a genius and having it all figured out. I'm talking from the perspective of when I learn, I'd love to share it with you. This may help you. Try this maybe. Or see what works. Drop something in the comments. What works for you? That's my vibe. That's my intention. Like, because it doesn't look the same for everyone. But in some instances or cases, we do experience some of the same things. Like, at its core, at its essence, I believe we all just want abundance and peace. And to live our desired life, free from blockages, free from trauma, free from trials and tribulations, just free from the challenges or contrast, right? Just not entirely, but mostly, right? We just want to be free of the baggage, right? And that's understandable. But yes, that's what that is for. But here I am in my literal, in the essence of my childhood, my upbringing, physically the street and energetically. I found myself experiencing some of the same something the other day that happened. And I was like, wow, this happened when I was growing up. So here I am with my inner child, sitting with my inner child, that is me. And here I am in my young adult years, and I have tips, tricks, and tools for my baby. I've become brave, I've become more settled, and I have modalities to help aid me and guide me and reassure me. I have a safe and sacred place for my baby to come if ever she feels frightened or scared or triggered, turned up, inflamed, right? If ever she feels that way, I have tips, tricks, and tools, which is like breathing, yoga. I will try plants. I will try plants because of the nature, and even nature walking. What else do I do? I'm trying to get sleep, Lord. You know I'm trying to get I'm gonna find me a sleep practice so vicious. It's gonna be 8+ hours every night. I'm not kidding. And when I find that, I'm gonna let you know. Cause sleep is so fucking good. You ever just had a 8+ hour sleep and you wake up like, ooh, this is the life. I need those every night. I want those every night. I want that every fucking night. You hear me? You get me? And when I get there, I'm going to be there and then I'm going to come tell you all about it because I want it for you too. Yes, sleep is good. Rest is good. But yes, I noticed that I was still in fight, flight, or flee. And I'm doing energy work as I speak on calming that down, because the way that the sun shines, the way that the skies are blue, the clouds are white, the trees are green, I'm like, okay, I'm in a different space. That sacred and safe space for myself is working, or within myself, it's working because I'm calm. I'm cool. Things around me may rev up to try to trigger me, but look, I have modalities. Look, I have a tip, a trick, a tool for that. Look, I have self-discipline for that now, where I know I don't even need to feed into that. I've done all this work over the winter, over the seasons, over the years. It's just looking like refinement. And remember when I said that whatever it is that you believe in is looking to make you as close to flawless as they can get you, because you are their diamond. This is feeling like refinement. I'm feeling more like a collected human being. Like I walk into a space or a place, I'm feeling more collected, more grounded, with a stronger sense of self, right? Like I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling capable, competent. I'm feeling like whole together, right? Like ish could pop off right now and I'd be like, I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go that way because that don't feed me. That don't feed my soul. And it's and I'm disciplined enough to curve chaos because it no longer resonates with my spirit, because I've calmed my inner chaos. I've calmed my inner conflict to the point where even if some, shit pop off on the surface, it don't resonate with me. So it can't even penetrate, like my being. And that's where I'm trying to get to. But with that recognition and noticing that she gonna walk that little dog. and noticing that what was I saying? And noticing that, mind your business now, but noticing that, oh, he's so fluffy. Or she, I don't know, maybe it ain't got no leash. That dog is like out here. I walk on my own, walk by myself. Oh, he took you. I didn't say good morning. My bad. I was so encapsulated by the dog. By the little puppy. I just did puppy pose this morning. Oh, yes. Let me tell you how I had a session so lit this morning. Because I had a diligent week. This week. And I've been needing to stretch. I have to stretch because I don't like my body in pain. And I don't like my body feeling like, I don't like pain in my body or aches in my body. So yoga has been a beautiful modality for me. I knew that once I started yoga and I went without it, I knew ooh, this is something that I don't want to live without. So when I finally got back to it, because my world was so chaotic, or my inner world was so chaotic, I couldn't find the time or the energy or even the strength to even do yoga. I'm like, whatever. And I'm just like, but I knew I loved it. And I knew I had found something that I can really get into. So now that I'm back on the mat, it brought me to tears. Like, oh wow, I'm back on the mat in devotion. I'm here. I'm back. I'm happy to be here. So I woke up from a diligent week, I'll say, because we're not working hard. We're working diligently, right? Because the real work goes on the inside. I strongly believe that now. And I was wondering, we were wondering, hell, the collective was wondering, am I doing this right? Because it seems so inward, what's really going on? And we weren't seeing any, we were seeing maybe little to no shifts physically, but we were in the right place and we were going in the right direction. We were going inward. Why? Because we knew intuitively, or on an intuitive level, oh, I'm frequency, energy, and vibration first. In order for the change physical, spiritual must change, or energetic frequency vibration must change, right? And I kept being led. The nuggets kept being led inward. And here I am oh, all right, that makes sense. Oh, okay, I'm on the right path. Oh, okay, so I can trust the journey and where I'm going. I can trust my inward journey. I can trust going within. I can trust self-love, self-preservation, self-care. I can trust that. I can trust self-love, self-care, self-preservation, adoration, appreciation. I can trust me, right? Or I could begin to establish a relationship with me, because the divinity lives within you. Your God, or whatever it is that you believe in, is within you. You're like a design. I know somebody mentioned it last night. I was watching a video, and you hear it being reiterated all the time, but you don't hear it until it clicks. You can hear something 100 times. You can hear your mama say, stop coming in and out my house, but it don't really click until you get your own house and people start running in and out, and you just like stop letting my air out, stop letting my heat out, right? So it's like that. You don't really hear it until it clicks. So someone said last night, what did I say? I could lose something so fast and get it right back. What did I say? What was I going with that? I was like, you don't hear it unless it clicks. Somebody said, oh, here I go. Somebody said something about something. Dang. All right, moving on. It'll come back. But I just yeah, I don't want to hold you, but the energy work is working, right? And I'm gonna let y'all know how I go, but I'm confident that I'm in the right place, and I'm confident that I can take take it one day at a time, which I was doing, and my dad just confirmed that for me last night. Like, when you can wake up and appreciate the clouds and the trees and the sound of the birds and nature, excuse me, and the sun, you know, take it one day at a time, take it slow. That's been the advice my whole life, and I heard it all the time. It never clicked until now, until today, years old. Like, wow, I need to slow this thing down. Why? Because I bumped my head enough. I had decided, okay, I bumped my head enough. Let me try something different. Let me try slowing down. Let me try diligent work, soft flights. Let me try peace and calm. Let me try inner work, right? And it's working. If you are wondering, your work is working. And so I'm having fun with this. I'm outside with the trees, with the blue sky, which yesterday it made me cry. Like, it was so beautiful. It was just so peaceful and calm in its essence and in its purest form. Just nature naturing, sky skying, clouds clouding, sun sunning. And I just felt the heaviness in my chest. And when I feel that, it's out of either one or two things. But this one was love. Like, my heart, my chest just filled up with love. And I just immediately like held my chest and I started crying. And I was just like, wow, like, I'm in this space. And now that I've gotten here, I'm just being here. Right? And so, yes, I don't want to hold you, but I had a yoga session so good that I feel happy when stuff get to cracking and popping, and I'm just feeling rejuvenated afterwards. I forgot what I whispered to myself in my head, and nothing creepy or like, you'll hear your own voice in your head, but I don't know if you do, but I do. And I go, wow, I feel so much better, or I feel so good right now, or something like that. Like, when I sat down on the porch, I was like, wow, I feel so good right now. Then I kind of like felt my body. I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, this works. You like this, huh? This works for you, yeah? I was like, okay, cool. So that's nice to be like, to just, yay, like, bring like, I don't know, joy to, like, not joy to the body, but like, what is it, like, feeling good feelings to the body, to bring a sense of like, to, I don't know, you know what yoga do. It increases the blood flow. So I'm guessing I just feel flowy and free and open and stretched. That's a good feeling. But as I was doing it, I felt so guided. Like, as I was practicing, I felt so guided. Like, okay, what pose do I want to do next? What do I need to work on or stretch or attend to next? And when it get to cracking and popping, which doesn't hurt, by the way, and you just you get to work that work off your body, you get to work that work out of your body, and then the way you feel afterwards is like you just work the spiritual and you just work the physical. Like, it feels really good. So if you were thinking about trying it, try it and start humble. Start with beginner yoga and try Black Yogi Nico Marie. Black Yogi Nico Marie. I've been rocking with her for years now. And she's so responsive. She's so in tune with her community. So active for the online community. For real. And she posts up every day, all day. Like, So I'm like, girl, I just got back. I've been gone for too long. She was like, I'm glad you are here. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Like, for real. Okay. Anyway, but yes, I've held you. I think that's just where I'm going to leave it. Because, like I said, I've gotten a little busy, so I can't quite like edit and cut like I'd like. But a friend of a friend told me that, you know, just be authentic. Just be authentic. Uncut, raw, and uncut, right? Yeah. So, yes, I will be continuing to energy work, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. And I believe all that energy, like, I believe it was so chaotic and conflicted in there because my ego was the only one on the job. My ego was protecting me from this, guarding me from this, keeping me safe from this. Like, I don't feel like my ego has cost me so much. Yes, but I don't feel like demonizing my ego. I don't feel like demonizing the ego. Like, it's like, I believe I talked about this in the last one, where it's like, I want to offer ego the same sense of love and compassion that got me started on this journey to even see my ego the way I see it. And my ego was working hard. As was I, or as was I. Can I say that? As was I. As was I. It's gonna be it today. As was I. I was also working hard, right? And so here I am viewing my ego from this newfound perspective. And like, wow, ego, you were keeping me safe all that time. You were working hard. You were the only one on the job. You were the only one keeping up with them. All right, but I got it now. And I'll have you know I'm safe. I'll have you know I'm protected. I'll have you know I'm secure. I'll have you know everything is all right. And you can go. And I'm gonna leave us off with, I have been grieving the death, the diminishing, the shattering of my ego. I like that. But yes, I've held you. Thank you so very much for sharing in this space and vibing with me. And I can't wait to talk to you soon. Right? Bye, guys.